So this is just going to be a little short stretch for shoulders and wrists. So just starting down in a nice seated position. I'm sitting on a block, kneeling, but you can always come to cross-legged position. And just place the hands down onto the backs of the thighs, lengthen the spine, relax the shoulders, closing the eyes or just dropping the gaze downwards. Just starting to connect with the breath. Let the jaw, the face just relax. Relax through the neck and the shoulders, down through the arms. And then just taking 3 deep releasing breaths. So breathing in through the nose and breathing out. Inhaling and exhaling. One more. And out. And then lifting your gaze or opening up the eyes, just start to circle the shoulders up, back and down a couple of times. And then taking the shoulder circles forwards. Extend your arms wide and then just start to circle, little circles, gradually getting bigger. And then bringing them back, smaller circles. And then taking the circles back in the opposite direction again, just starting small and then increasing the size. And then taking it back down, reducing the size, coming back. Take your right arm over your left, and then you can just reach back with the hands, maybe giving yourself a bit of a hug. So option to stay here or to bring the arms into eagle arms, backs of hands come together, or palms, or maybe a thumb and a little finger, and then just start to lift the elbows away. So just feeling a bit of a stretch across the back of the body. Staying with the breath. And then unraveling, take the hands behind, just placing them onto the lower back, and then squeezing elbows towards each other, just sending the heart forwards. Release the arms, take them back out to the sides, this time crossing your left arm on top, reaching back. That might be enough, just feeling that stretch across the back of the body, giving yourself a hug, or coming into eagle arms with the other arm on top. Again, bringing palms together, backs of hands, feeling that stretch across the back of the body, staying with the breath, and releasing the hands. This time, press the palms together, relaxing the shoulders, breathing in and out, and then release the arms down by the sides. So lift yourself up to a tabletop position, just moving any blocks out of the way, and having the wrists underneath the shoulders, middle fingers pointing forwards, and then just circling the body around the wrists. So pressing down into all 4 corners of the hands, taking a few circles going one way, and then going back in the opposite direction. Coming back to center, spinning your fingers so that they face the outside edges of the mat, and then just shifting the weight from side to side. Again, pressing down through the hands. And when you've done a few of those, coming back to center, and this time turning the fingertips to face the knees. So drawing the heels of the hands towards the mat. You can lift and lower, stretching out forearms and wrists, and then tucking the toes. Start to walk the hands in a little closer, and then place the heels towards the hips. Send the wrists down towards the mat. And then lift back up so that you can release the toes, sit back onto the heels, release the hands, and just give the wrists a little bit of a shake out. And then you can bring the hands together, turn the little fingers towards each other, so the wrists, the thumbs are coming away, the palms are opening, and then backs of hands come together as you turn the fingers down. And then as you bring the thumbs back together, little fingers together, making a bit of a lotus flower. So you can do that several times, just bringing backs of hands, fingers point down, thumbs together, little fingers come together, making that lotus flower. So just doing it slowly, as quickly as feels right, and then taking it back in the other direction. Really like that one, just for the wrists. And then releasing. So coming back to tabletop, pressing down through the hands, spreading out fingers, and then just taking some cat-cow stretches. So dropping the belly towards the mat, lift the chest, lift the tailbone, squeezing shoulder blades towards each other, and then exhale, pressing the mat away, rounding out the back. Inhaling, looking forwards. Exhaling as you round, navel towards the spine. One more, breathing in and breathing out. Coming back to a neutral spine, and then keep the left hand down and take the right arm up towards the ceiling. So opening across the chest, start to circle that right arm a couple of times one way, and then circle back in the opposite direction. Finish with the right arm reaching up towards the ceiling, opening the chest, and then start to thread right arm underneath the left. Lower the right shoulder, right ear towards the mat. Hips stay above the knees, and then either taking the left fingers forwards or reaching the left arm up towards the ceiling, wrapping it around the back, maybe reaching for the front of the thigh, the hip crease, or just leggings, small of the back. Just working the left shoulder away from the mat, pressing in towards the right forearm. And then make your right hand into a fist. So thumb comes across the other fingers, and then keeping the forearm down on the mat, just lifting the wrist, the back of the hand away from the mat. So just hinging at the wrist joint, lifting and lowering. And then release. Release the left hand down, press through that left hand to release the right, coming back to tabletop. Take a couple of cat-cows just to realign, center. And then take that, thread the needle pose on the other side. So the left arm extends up towards the ceiling. Take the circles with the left arm, a couple going one way and then back in the other direction. And then extending left arm towards the ceiling. Thread the left arm underneath the right. So the left shoulder, left ear drop down, hips stay above the knees. The right fingers can walk forwards, maybe coming to tent peg fingers, or again, take that arm towards the ceiling, wrap it around the back, finding left thigh, or again, just the small of the back. And making the fist with your left hand and hinging at that wrist joint. So it's just lifting up and down. And when you've done a few of those, release the wrist, lower the right hand down, press through the right hand to release the left hand, coming back to tabletop. Again, just take a couple of cat-cow stretches. And then sink your hips back towards the heels, coming into a child's pose, reaching the arms forwards. Start to take hands over to the right side, left hand on top of the right. And then walking hands back through center, right hand on top of the left, getting that stretch on the other side. And then bringing hands back to center, walking the hands in towards the knees, lifting yourself back to kneeling. Again, you can pop the block underneath, come back to a nice comfortable position, and then take your right arm up towards the ceiling. Bend at the elbow and place the fingertips between the shoulder blades. Take the left arm out to the side, turn the thumb down, and then wrap that arm behind the back as you bend at the elbow. Have the left fingers working up towards the right. So you might reach fingertips. You might just want to hold on to your yoga top, or maybe take a strap in both hands so that you can open the chest, reach that right elbow up towards the ceiling. Breathing in and out. And then release. Take both hands down by the sides. Come back to those shoulder rolls. And then this time extending your left arm towards the ceiling. Placing the fingers between the shoulder blades. Extend the right hand. Turn the thumb down. Take that arm behind. Again, you're bending at the elbow so the back of the hand faces the back of the body. And then working fingertips up. Keeping the neck long, the spine long. Breathing in and out. One side might feel very different to the other. And then release. Again, this time circle shoulders forwards a couple of times. And then take the arms wide, reach them up above the head. Interlace fingers, turn the palms away from you. Take a big stretch. And then release the hands, bring the hands to the heart center. Thumbs pressing in towards the sternum, gaze dropping down to fingertips or to the mat, or closing off the eyes, coming back to the breath, in and out through the nose, just letting shoulders relax. And then taking your thumbs up to the space between the eyebrows, the third eye, breathing in. And as you exhale, just folding forwards. Thank you very much. Well done.